Hello, dear friends. I hope you're doing really well. Let's continue reading. Today we're going to read Numbers, the book of Numbers, chapter 31. And this is another, probably more, you would say, more controversial chapter. In one of those chapters that people complained about God, about what God does. But let's read. Then the Lord spoke to Moses, saying, Take full vengeance for the sons of Israel on the Midianites. Afterward you will be gathered to your people. Moses spoke to the people, saying, Arm men from among you for the war, that they may go against Midian, to execute the Lord's vengeance on Midian. 8,000 from each tribe of all the tribes of Israel you shall send to the war. So there were furnished from the thousands of Israel 8,000 from each tribe, 12,000 armed for war. Moses sent them 8,000 from each tribe to the war, and Phinehas the son of Eleazar the priest to the war with them, and the holy vessels and the trumpets for the alarm in his hand. So they made war against Midian, just as the Lord had commanded Moses. And they killed every male. They killed the kings of Midian along with the rest of them slain. Evi and Rechem and Zur and Hur and Reba, the 5 kings of Midian. They also killed Balaam, the son of Beor, with the sword. The sons of Israel captured the women of Midian and their little ones and all their cattle and all their flocks and all their goods they plundered. Then they burned all their cities where they lived and all their camps with fire. They took all the spoil and all the prey, both of man and of beast. They brought the captives and the prey and the spoil to Moses and to Eleazar the priest and to the congregation of the sons of Israel to the camp at the plains of Moab, which are by the Jordan opposite Jericho. Moses and Eleazar the priest and all the leaders of the congregation went out to meet them outside the camp. Moses was angry with the officers of the army, the captains of thousands and the captains of hundreds, who had come from service in the war. And Moses said to them, Have you spared all the women? Behold, this caused the sons of Israel, through the counsel of Balaam, to trespass against the Lord in the matter of Peor. So the plague was among the congregation of the Lord. Now, therefore, kill every male among the little ones, and kill every woman who has known man intimately. But all the girls who have not known man intimately spare for yourselves. And you camp outside the camp 7 days. Whoever has killed any person and whoever has touched any slain, purify yourself, you and your captives, on the 3rd day and on the 7th day. You shall purify for yourselves every garment and every article of leather and all the work of goat's hair and all articles of wood. So this chapter obviously is controversial. Is even the title that they put here in the slaughter of Midian, right? So how people complained that God never does justice, and then when God does justice, people complain, right? I mean, most people, many people, especially people that don't know God, they don't know, they don't understand. They complain when He takes a while, when God takes time to make justice, and when He makes justice, people complain. And in this case, He is making justice. Because it says, Then the Lord spoke to Moses, saying, Take full vengeance for the sons of Israel on the Midianites. So this is justice. God is making justice. And so when God makes this type of stuff, people are, why? No, why? He's this, he's that. That's what He's doing. Why is he doing that? Do you remember chapter 26? I think it's, let me see. Let me make sure that I'm mentioning the right chapter. It was chapter 26, right? No, chapter 25. It's chapter 25. Chapter 25 started, while Israel remained at Shittim, the people began to play the harlot with the daughters of Moab. For they invited the people to the sacrifices of their gods, and the people ate and bowed down to their gods. So Israel joined themselves to Baal of Peor, and the Lord was angry against Israel. Okay, and later in that chapter, God says this. Let me see. Then the Lord spoke to Moses, saying, Be hostile to the Midianites and strike them, for they have been hostile to you with their tricks, which they have deceived you in the affair of Peor and in the affair of Cosbi, the daughter of the leader of Midian, their sister, who was slain on the day of the plague. So in this chapter 31, God is making justice. And he's using Israel to make justice, dear friends. So, people can say whatever they want, but God is a God of justice, and that's what he's doing here in this chapter. So, God told Moses to take the vengeance for the sons of Israel on the Midianites. Moses told him to take 1,000 of each tribe. They did the vengeance. They killed every male, but they kept all the women. So when they after the war, after the battle, they brought the women. Moses got angry because Moses got angry, and he had a good reason. He said, let me see. He said, and let's not forget, Israel killed the kings of Midian, okay? And let me see, it's in verse 16. Behold, Moses said to them, have you spared all the women? Behold, this caused the sons of Israel through the counsel of Balaam to trespass against the Lord in the matter. Forgive me. Okay. What happened here? It just looks a little weird. Oh, okay. In the matter of Peor, so the plague was among the congregation of the Lord. Now, so Moses wasn't happy with what they had done, so they had to kill every woman who has no man, but the girls they would spare, right? And the whole thing, I know, sounds harsh, but this is a war, dear friends. It's a war. It was not their idea to do this. God told them to do this. God is a God of justice. And interesting thing, this is not the end of Midian. This is not the end. I would think that, this was the end of that people. But we're going to see later in the book of Judges that Midian is still there. Midian not only is there's so many of them. And guess what? They are enemies of Israel. They oppress Israel. So, this is not the end of Midian. It looks like it is, but it's not. And let's not be surprised, dear friends, when God makes justice. Because God is a righteous God. He's a God of justice. If there are things happening now that are unjust, be sure that justice will be done at the right time, Sometimes we think it takes too long, but justice will be done. So we're going to stop here, and hopefully we can continue next week. Bye-bye.